Hi guys, and welcome back, and welcome to all those who are new to the channel. Hi, how are you, and welcome. So guys, let's start the shit show, right? So Loren here is Googling and trying to learn all about gonorrhea.
So it turns out I can kiss Faith and give her gonorrhea. So good thing we haven't done that yet.
So he tells us that the friend that gave him gonorrhea started treatment already, and that it should clear up in a week and a half. Which is great news to Loren because according to garbage math, that means he might still be able to seal the deal with Faith since he's going to be there for 3 weeks. So Vomit's biggest worry is that he's actually going to have to be honest with Faith about the fact that he was sticking his peen in every hole in Las Vegas, allegedly.
I have told Faith that I spend the night with people, so I feel like kind of implied that we've been having sex.
Well, I count this as a blessing because who knows if he would have been completely honest with her about this stuff, you know? So Garbage Dump says that Faith has a fun day planned for them, so he doesn't really want to ruin it completely by telling her right away. He wants to partially ruin her day by telling her at the end of it. Regardless, she will always remember the day as the shit day that she learned her boyfriend was cheating on her. So honestly, it doesn't really matter if you do it in the beginning or the end. It's gonna suck for her anyways. So Vomit Mouth goes to pick up Faith for their fun day out, and they're on their way. So in the car ride, she shares with us that she lacks body confidence, being a ladyboy, and I guess she's just not confident with her body. And Loren makes her feel confident and makes her feel beautiful, according to her.
For the first time, it feels like a man really cares about me.
Man, don't you just hate it when you watch some of these users preying on their partners, using their lack of self-worth as a way to crawl into their hearts like some disease? That's Loren. So they make it to this beautiful river, and they're swimming, and they're having a great time, and Faith is feeling mermaid-esque. But don't worry, folks, because all that goes to shit when Garbage Breath tells her that they can't kiss. And why can't they kiss? Because he has gonorrhea.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And honestly, I didn't know that you could get gonorrhea from kissing. Lord, where was I when the teacher gave this tidbit of info? Because, actually, wait, I was probably either napping or skipping class. Anyways, enough about me. So he tells her, remember that girl from Halloween?
Did you have sex together?
Yeah.
Thought you were just talking and helping this girl out. No, he wasn't, Faith. He was fucking her. He's a cheating ass liar. Just because he was honest about being homeless doesn't mean that he's going to be honest about everything else. So Faith is very shocked because, she's like, we've been dating for months. Like, what the hell? Like, you're cheating. And this garbage ass gaslighter says,
Well, I haven't met you yet. It don't count as cheating until I meet you, right? Yeah.
Is still cheating?
You think
because
so he didn't say, I'm sorry, can you please forgive me? I messed up. No, he doesn't say any of that. He just gaslights the hell out of her, trying to defend his cheating ways. So Faith is shocked, sad, as anyone would be after being cheated on, and she doesn't know if she can move forward, and I hope you don't.
I feel that I don't know him. I feel betrayed.
So that cut the trip short, and they drive back to Manila, and on the ride back, Faith is still not understanding, like, the whys and the hows of the cheating. Faith, he's garbage. That's really all you need to know about this situation. So she asks Loren, hey, is there a chance that you could have AIDS? And he quickly says, no. And one thing I do know is that even though the probability is like teeny, tiny, yes, you can contract HIV if a person just goes down on you. But it's a very, 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 very tiny possibility. Of course, if they actually did do the whole thing, the whole X thing, then yeah, if they didn't use protection, there was a possibility that he could have contracted HIV, along with a lot of other things. And she asks Garbage, how many times did you sleep with her?
2 times.
Okay, only twice with this girl, but who knows how many partners he's had in 6 months. And his face during the entire car ride back to Manila is so nauseating, more than usual, actually.
Are you smiling?
I mean, the smirk, for fuck's sake. All these garbage expressions, it's one more reason to dislike this guy. Like, can't you just at least feel or look like you somewhat care as opposed to have that look on your face? So I need to take a minute because my dog Mango wants to tell you to like and subscribe. All right, let's get back to the show. He continues to gaslight Faith.
You didn't ask if I was sleeping with people, but you have to know. You had to have known.
And Faith, she feels stupid. She feels broken. And Faith, the only stupid person in this situation is him. Don't feel stupid. So we end with these two with Faith telling him that she needs time to think about things. And, he's like, whoops, I think she might break up with me. Yep, I hope she does. We all hope she does. So now let's talk about the hot mess of Chitty and Chicken Lady. And, she's upset that he revealed his vow of celibacy.
Revealed my vow of celibacy to Renee. And since then, she seems a little distant.
And let's remember, y'all, Chitty lied to us and told us that he told Renee before she landed that he was having the celibacy thing. But as the footage shows us, she learned while this was all being shot. I'm not a Renee fan nor an apologist. I think she's an unhinged nut. But that does not take away the fact that he's a liar. And he was lying to us. Very stupidly, too, because clearly you're on a show that states the complete obvious. Eventually we would have all realized that you were lying. So I don't know why you even tried. So anyways, they're at the park and, he tells her, listen, I love you. And she's like, hey, I just wanted some physical touch. She's like, I'm cool with not having, relations with you, but I at least want you to, tickle my ivories from time to time and not in a perverted way. So she apologizes for losing her shit at the market.
I am surprised that Renee apologized for getting angry at the market.
And Chitty is happy that for once, she finally apologized. Man, the wins in a toxic relationship, man, I swear. Because how long have they been together? For 5 years, and this is the first time she's ever apologized? Yeah, no. Sorry. So cut to Chitty and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And they're at a monkey conservatory. So while they're petting monkeys, he recants a story about how he went blind, with the apple and then the furniture piece. And she's like,
if you could see, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, okay, whatever. So she thinks that some spiritual occurrence happened to make him blind. And that's how y'all got together. Wait, I thought this chick believed in aliens and Illuminati, not God.
It's just not a normal occurrence. I mean, we've all been smacked in the face.
That's her clue right there. That's Nancy Drew's clue as to why God intervened. Great. Okay. So long story short, Chitty's like, this bitch is crazy.
Conversations like this gives me a great deal of worry.
The shit that's coming out of her mouth is some alternate reality nonsense. I swear it is. So we're going to leave them here. That's all I have written down for them. So now let's talk about this season's pervert and Ingrid. So plenty of people have been chiming in, not only on Reddit, but in the comment section about how him having to be a little hard to get his catheter is complete pervy BS. For instance, here, let me read it. So Denise here, she left a comment, says, nurse here, you do not need a hard-on to put a catheter in. I traveled with a quad rugby team from Philly for years. This man is disgusting. Thank you, Denise. And thank you to all the other people that added their 2 cents, added their comments into the feed because it was really informative. Yeah, this man is a complete pervert. No. And on top of that, another thing that I remember from that scene, which is hella gross as well. So when Brian was showing her the packaging for the catheter condom, it had picture references, little doodles of condom caps and the peen, in its respective places. And him just being like, hey, Ingrid, look at this. To me, that's hella gross. Am I the only one? No, I'm not the only one. I'm sure everyone else out there probably thinks that is hella gross, right? You don't need to do that to her. Can you imagine a stranger, which is what he is, showing you a picture of something like that? No wonder she was turned off. Not only was she made to do a million things, listen to him jerk off, taking pants off. I understand why you didn't want to get it on, girl. Who would? So let's get back to the shit show of this week. So it's the day after the car ride from hell, where Brian, told Ingrid that he was a dealer, and he's all butthurt because she's cold to him, ever since the conversation.
I felt judged right away when I started to tell my story.
Man, what a narcissistic, self-indulged piece of garbage. He has no understanding that, hey, maybe these types of situations, you being a dealer, a drug partaker, and getting pow-powed isn't normal to everyone.
I did not expect her to react the way that she did.
And he's all saying that she's not being compassionate, blah, blah, blah. I don't see it in the same light, blah, blah, blah. Well, she doesn't see it in the same light either, so grow up. Another reason why she's probably like that is because you lied about her age, and, that's not good either. So they go to the ice cream store, and you can tell by Ingrid's body language and facial expressions that she's just uncomfortable being around this man. And the conversation that stems from this is all from Brian's perspective. And it's all about him. And his feelings were hurt because she said,
você não tá vendendo droga hoje? Em dia porque você não anda. Para. Machucou.
And it's just like, how about you hurt her by lying? How about that? How about I'm sorry I lied, and fessing up to the fact that you lied and you kept all this stuff from her, which is the reason why she's so upset right now. One of the reasons why she's so upset right now. And Ingrid, she says, I need more time, to think this through. You can't meet my child.
I'm a little disappointed in the fact that I won't be meeting her son right away.
Dude, what did you expect? You said that you were a former dealer. Give her a minute. So Brian drops Ingrid off at her house to give her a night to think. So because this asswipe does not understand boundaries, respect of other people's needs, or anything else like that, he's like, I know she needs space, but I'm going to be a bag of dicks and stalk her at her home with a bouquet of flowers to show her how much I love her. Buddy, showing someone you love them is not putting your obsessive, stalkering needs in front of her need for space. No wonder no woman wants to stay with this man. And it's not about the wheelchair. It's about how he's dishonest and treats women like objects. So he does go to her house that night.
I know that I'm taking a chance showing up at her place. This could have been a really bad idea.
Brian, you were full of bad ideas, one after another. No idea of yours has been a good idea, except for maybe choosing to rent a Volkswagen SUV, which is not only reliable, but fuel efficient. But I bet you that wasn't much of your choice. That was the choice of the rental companies. So Ingrid takes the flowers, and she's actually smitten with them and the gifts that she brought to her sons.
Mas eu fiquei realmente emocionada que ele trouxe presente pros meus filhos. Foi legal.
So Ingrid lets him in the house. Don't ever let a vampire in your house, but sometimes people don't listen. So he meets Arthur. I guess he won her over. I was wrong. He won her over. I'm wrong sometimes. His romantical stalker gesture worked. So good for him. So we're going to end there with these two. So now let's get into the Festival of Adnan. Oh, and Tiger Lily. So, I do have to give it to Adnan. This wedding celebration is a real razzle-dazzle. Not my taste, for sure. Like, I would never have an LED screen framed with a tacky-ass white arch. No, I would also not recreate Eyes Wide Shut with gold masks and terry cloth robes.
People with the golden mask.
This does not mean anything. Just I like them. I like the golden mask. It's just Adnan.
But still, I gotta give it to him, standing by his design choices. So after they enter, they have to change into another look. So Tiger Lily is getting annoyed because not only is Adnan shirtless and prancing around the room, something she can't do, but honestly, girl, we can't do that either in American culture. I mean, you can. Can you really do it? Run around shirtless with your husband's man friends around? I don't know.
It's definitely a double standard. He's like shirtless in our changing room with Shay here.
I get it's a double standard, but welcome to another culture, girl. Also, if you cared this much, you should have read the manual. Google search. I don't know. What is it marrying into this culture? So they have little to no time to get changed before they have to saunter out with the guests. And all the men are helping Adnan, the Celine Dion of the night, while Tiger Lily's there with this entire huge ass dress with only payroll bestie to help her. Hashtag rich people problems. Anyway, this anticlimactic scene ends with Adnan trying to rush Tiger Lily, put on her dress, and blah, blah, blah. Boring, boring, boring. But at the end of the day, water in the bridge for her.
As long as he didn't want to turn me into a skin suit, then that would be okay.
Anywho, the Festival of Adnan looked like a lot of fun. And who the hell did she marry? Because she probably secured another bag with this one. So now let's talk about Veaha and Sunni. And Veaha is spazzing out because of her fear of flying, her fear of airports, her fear of things. So she's on her way to the airport and she picks up boyfriend number one. And she's nervous about the reaction that Sunny's going to have when he realizes that he brought her ex to meet him.
I don't want him to say something stupid to you. So at that point, I'm going to have to step in. I'm not going to put up with him being disrespectful.
Like, what are you going to do, dude? What are you going to do? Huh? Like, big old man here going to do something about it? Shut up. And yeah, I don't know why these two don't understand that it's going to be perfectly normal for Sunni to have a bad reaction to this. I think any of us would probably have an extremely bad reaction to this. So cut to Sunni, and he's getting the hotel ready, all romantical for Veaha. And he even bought black roses for her because those are her favorite. I think that's super sweet that he went out of the way to go to whatever Halloween Forever store there is in South Africa to grab 12 black roses. Good for you, Sunni. So Dumbass 1 and Dumbass 2 land in South Africa, and she's freaking out.
I'm going to meet my boyfriend for the first time, but I have my ex-boyfriend here with me.
I can't with her freakouts anymore. And I'm someone that has anxiety, and she's too much for me. Girl, get it together. You brought this anxiety onto yourself by bringing boyfriend number 1 with you. So now let's talk about Niles Valentine. And he's getting ready for his trip, you know, with the fabric softener and toothbrush.
Traveling across the world is not easy for someone who's neurodivergent. It's overwhelming for me.
See, Veaha, a neuroderived person is traveling all by himself, and he doesn't need an ex to hold his hand. So take note for next time. So he tells us that he's not bringing the engagement ring, which good for him. Let's hope he stuck to his guns, because I have a feeling that he might not be. Because again, he doesn't want to get married this time around. He wants to, like normal people, get to know a person. Of course, you shouldn't really have proposed in the first place. But anyways, we always do things backwards on this show, right? So one thing that's making Niles Valentine sad is that his family isn't on board, which is why they're not seeing him off on this trip.
My family is most concerned about me being taken advantage of.
Regardless, you know, he's going to do it. So he's in the airport, and I did like how TLC filmed him through the airport while he talks about all the methods that he uses to soothe himself, especially in airports, because those things can be a lot for anyone, especially with a person with his level of autism. So cut to Matilda in Uganda, and she's selling banana snacks to help her family. And you know, things haven't been easy for her financially, for the whole family financially, because her dad passed away and he was the main breadwinner. But she's really, you know, seeing a brighter future with Niles.
I want to move from Fiance to US to start my future life there.
So she's very excited to get married with him when he gets there. So according to her, when Niles Valentine lands, they're going to spend a few days in the capital, which is where the airport is, and then they're going to make their way back to her hometown for the wedding. Yes, the wedding he doesn't want is happening a few days after he lands. So you better tell her quick, because she's already telling mom, you know, start making plans, start getting things ready, because, you know, we're going to get hit. I just hope she doesn't lose her deposit on anything or start spending too much money on any wedding plans, because those are going to go down the shitter real soon. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for sticking around for another week. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the little ding-ling for notifications, and I will see you the next time. Bye!